Right. So I believe it's getting recorded. Yeah, it has started up, I believe.
Yes, sir, it is visible on screen,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Option is showing, sir.
Okay. Fine. Anyhow, if you still again, we could come across some kind of problem, I can edit it. I'll edit and I'll keep it up. That's not a big deal. I'll cut out all those and then I'll add it up. Fine. Almost now 60 people are there, in which, oh, some are dropping again. I don't know why. Shashvi, Puneet, I have now 61, 62. Many are coming late. 61, now 66 it will become. Right. See, right now, the kind of thing that you see on the screen is a Statue of Liberty, right? Do you all remember where it is? Do you have any idea where?
USA, sir.
Sir, New York, America.
Yes, sir.
Yes, exactly. It is in US. It is in New York, and this is a representation of which is called as the Statue of Liberty. Why America is having a Statue of Liberty? Did America itself prepared it, or or they got it from somewhere else? Okay, I'll tell you up. This is not prepared by America actually. America got it a gift from France. Why France gifted America this Statue of Liberty? What is actually liberty? What is actually, okay, statue means the statue which is standing in front of you, you can see that. But what is the liberty? Liberty means what? Liberty
Freedom,
means
sir.
freedom,
Freedom,
exactly.
sir.
Exactly.
Freedom, sir. Freedom, sir.
Yeah. So,
Freedom, sir.
yeah. So, Statue of Liberty is nothing but a statue that represents freedom. So, this freedom of America that you see here, which is gifted by France to America. Why did they give to America, the French people? What is the reason behind is that? See, before France got its independence, before France got its freedom from the monarchical regimes. I hope you all know the meaning of the word monarchical regimes. Do you all know? Do you all know the meaning of the word monarchical regimes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's like monarchical regimes
Yes,
means
sir.
the regime or a government of kings, the rule of the king. Okay, the king's rule. So the people got fed up with their king's rule, who were not at all taking care of their people. So all the people of their respective countries fought against their kingdoms or their king's rule, and they made revolutions. So before French Revolution took place, it was America's revolution. Yet tomorrow you can all bring your history books if you have 10th class history books. Otherwise, you can just bring so-called what do you say? Just a running notes where you can note down the points of the lesson. And I hope from 15th onwards, officially the classes will.
Sir, tomorrow we should bring class of sir. Social.
If you have, you bring.
Okay, sir.
Kamlesh, I'll do one thing. I'll answer all your questions at the end of the class. Okay. So here, this Statue of Liberty, they gifted it to America because French people, they got their independence watching the independence of America. American people, they fought with the British and they got their independence. And looking at them, they got inspired. The French people got inspired and they got their independence. So that is the reason the Statue of Liberty was gifted by France to America, and that's how today it stands as the Statue of Liberty there in New York. Okay, so the same thing what all we have done in the previous class, I'll be just playing up a video for you and then I'll carry on. Now in case for some of you, if the video's voice is not audible, don't worry, I will be repeating you every point. And those who are getting the clear voice of the this video, you just listen it here and there as and when required. I'll pause it and and elaborate you those points. And people, those who cannot hear the voice of this video, don't worry about it. Every point I'll detailedly explain you. Okay, right. Right. These are the main important points that have been raising up during the French Revolution. Liberty, equality, fraternity has been the basic concept of all those revolutions. Okay, liberty means a freedom of expression, a freedom of living, a freedom of working, a freedom of thoughts, a freedom of learning, a freedom of protecting their own culture. All sorts of liberty was demanded that time, which was not available, and it was not given to the people of the world, particularly in Europe. That's how it went up. Then they also demanded during the same French Revolution is equality. Equality was not existing. I hope you all remember the French Revolution, which we discussed in the ninth class. Right? The society was divided
Yes,
in three
sir.
classes: the first estate, the second estate, and the third estate. The third estate was the most privileged class. Okay, they were exempted, sorry, the most unprivileged class. They were not exempted from taxes. The first estate and the second estate. The first estate, which was consisting of the nobles, the second estate, which was consisting of clergy people, were exempted of the taxes. And the entire burden of taxes was put on only the third
Third
estate,
estate.
which was consisting of peasants, the laborers, the working class, the middle class, all these people. And fraternity, which means a fraternity is nothing but a brotherhood, a feeling of brotherhood, a feeling of oneness with all the nationalities that were existing in the entire country or the entire Europe. So these were the most common things that were spread out through the French Revolution, where the world came to know about all these terms. And that was the main motto of the all revolutions, whether it is French Revolution, American Revolution, or English Revolution, they all demanded this. So it went up like this. Okay, this is the picture which I have already in the last class I have discussed about, where it was drawn by Frederick Sorio in the year 1848, and where the painting is called as a universal democratic and social republic that was demanded. Now, I just wanted to show this because last time in my video, which I showed you, in that video, I couldn't highlight much as much as the highlight is available in this video. Try to follow the voice and the highlights that comes on the picture. Okay, that is clearly telling up where is America, where is Switzerland, and what is the Statue of Liberty, and what is there in her hand, what is there in the other hand, what are the dressing, and who are the people. It is very good, very well edited, and it is well highlighted. You can clearly understand. Okay, just watch this. So your lesson, Nationalism in Europe, starts up with this picture itself, explaining about the Ethiopian society, a society which will be having equality, fraternity, and with no differences and with no problems, which is like a dream society which was impossible to exist. Such kind of was a dream that was stated up here and that was demanded there, which was thought of to be achieved, but it didn't happen like that. Let us see what exactly the picture is telling about. Now see how it has got highlighted, very well shown. The painting tells that the painting is showing how the people have got all together, made into one. or all together they have joined hands, they have joined and they have come together to fight against the prevailing discrimination that was there during that time, and they all demanded fraternity, equality, and justice. And this is how people are of different countries standing up in a queue, passing by the Statue of Liberty. That's how the Statue of Liberty, where in one hand she is bearing a torch, and the other hand she is having a declaration of human rights, which is, I think, her right hand is having a declaration of the human rights, and her left hand is having a torch. Now, people of they're belonging to different countries. One can be easily identifying this with the help of their costumes, the kind of dresses that they were wearing, and even they are identified with the kind of flags that they have got. The flags that they are bearing up. Like in my previous video, I couldn't show you up America's flag and all that. I'll show you up now. He is showing you very good. Where is the American flag? We have already reached. What happened, Nitin? Nitin, you're on unmute mode. Okay. Right. That's where actually these people, they have passed up America and Switzerland. They were the first to reach, and they have passed the Statue of Liberty. They were the first one. I couldn't show up in my video actually to you. Now you can have a very good glance that these maps, these flags are representing the two countries of Switzerland and America. They have passed it actually, the Statue of Liberty. So the next is the French people carrying their flag and their costumes, and they are just passing by the Statue of Liberty, having and bearing up their revolutionary tricolor flag, which they have adapted after the year, maybe like at the time of Mr. Napoleon. I'll talk about Napoleon also. There is a brief description of about Napoleon. Not exactly that brief, but few administrative steps that Napoleon has taken up, and what were the efforts that were made after the defeat of Napoleon in France. Okay, so just they are in front of the Statue of Liberty, the French people. Please have an idea that who is following next and all that. Maybe till here it is well and good. The next following countries, you just listen. Maybe he couldn't identify all those, what all countries are following. And maybe that time countries were not there, kingdoms were there. Like, the first there in the corner, the first to reach was the Switzerland and USA, and then followed by them is the French, and then the followed by them are Germans. Right. So if that was one part of the video, I mean the one part of the painting, the other part of the painting is at the front, at the bottom, where you will see some kind of debris or some kind of articles which are crushed up and put onto the ground. You can see the crown of the king and the queen. That means these people are rejecting the authority of the kings, rejecting the authority of autocracy, rejecting the authority of conservatism. All these things they don't want, and they want freedom, and they want the people's rule to go on there in their respective countries. I hope you all know the meaning of the word absolutism. When I said like absolute monarchism or an absolute, what happened, Akila? Ritvik? Ritvik? If you have any doubts, please let me know. No problem. Right. If it is a mistake, please take care.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Okay, okay. Now, if it is by mistake that happened, then take care of it. So all these picture is talking about the absolute monarchism and all these kind of institutions. They are clearly rejecting this. They are not accepting and they don't want it anymore. So that was the second section of the picture. The first section was the procession passing by the Statue of Liberty. The second at the bottom, where all the debris, all the crown and all those things are put up. All those things have been there. Equality and fraternity definition. It's like treating everyone as equal, irrespective of the caste, color, creed, all those things. Fraternity is nothing but a feeling of oneness, right? So let's go ahead. Now the Right. This is the third part of the painting actually, where Frederick Sorio has used a painting where on the top, it seems all these people, those who are fighting and going on with the revolution, they are all being blessed by Jesus Christ and the angels who are blessing them and showering them with all their blessings from the top. So the third segment of the painting. Okay. So during the 19th century is said as here. 19th century means, can you tell me the year? What could be the year here? 19th century means which years are going up here? 19th century means the years are like 1800 to
1947.
no 1800 1800 to 18 like 1899, before reaching up to 1900. Okay, so almost like they are moving towards 1900, 1901, 1903, that it is called as the 18th century, sorry, 19th century. Okay, so during that year, you look at the map here, look at the Europe map here. I think recently you have done in the exams also how exactly Europe looks like, and this is how it is. But you see the divisions here. Do you see the lines? This is like a political map, but it is not divided accordingly as a country. Like you see here, you can see a German Empire, Ottoman Empire, you know, a kingdom of France, a kingdom of Spain, a kingdom of Portugal. They were all kingdoms. This was all that was existing during the 19th century. So when these kind of situation was there in Europe, people realized that they need to break out all these and they should form as the countries like today we have got in Europe. Now countries are divided, like Portugal is a country, Spain is a country, France is a country, Italy is a country, Germany is a country. They all wanted to be countries like this. They didn't want to be like these kind of kingdoms. This was the map that was there early or before the 19th century, before the French Revolution occurs. The map of Europe looked like this. And this all happened because of the rulers that ruled France, that ruled Italy, that ruled England, and all those people are responsible for this. And slowly people were realizing that they need to change their idea and they should form like a single country. And how it happened and all that we will see here. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, I believe you all remember my French Revolution actually started up explaining about industrial revolution as well. How did the revolution of industries took place in England and how London became the workshop of the world. And because of that, many workers, they came into existence in Europe. All such kind of things happened there in Europe, and there gave an additional class of people in the third estate, that is the working class. What happened, Harichandana? So new category have got joined into the third estate, that is the middle class, the business class, and those who are working in these factories. These people also have got added up to the third estate. Now see, the idea of generating the revolutions in the country came up with few of the educated people who worked in those factories. These people, they got educated and they started up realizing that there is no need of having a kingdom or a kind of rulers who will be ruling them with an absolute powers. So they didn't want that. This section of people, they started up educating the people on various lines that they need to fight against all the injustices happening to them, and there is a need to launch a revolution. And thus they started up even forming, some secret societies. I hope you all remember the Jacobins that we have learned in the ninth class. Do you remember the Jacobin clubs? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So all the lesson is talking about nationalism, having a national identity, forming like a country. The first resemblance of the existence of nationalism was clearly seen during this French Revolution, when the people of France, they broke into the Bastille in the year 1789 on 14th of July. Why did they broke into this? What did they do? Why they all revolted? They have all they have taken up into some kind of action there in France. The all reason is that their king was not ruling according to the will and wish of the people. He was an absolute monarch. People didn't like it. That's the reason. And now these people, they wanted to have their own control in the country of France. That's the reason. So from here on, all those in France, when they wanted to form a country like this, the other countries also wanted to form their own respective countries, outside the kind of kingdoms that they were under control. And you all know, I believe, after this, they also executed Louis XVI and his wife, Marie Antoinette. Now, see, temporarily, there was anyhow a relief from the existing king that was ruling there in France. And after that, it was the entire trust was given to Mr. Napoleon. You all know well the kind of, the autocratic rule that was going up, the rich class that were controlling the France. They were not doing so well. And all the people showed their interest towards Napoleon Bonaparte. The story of that Napoleon Bonaparte, I have already talked about him in the ninth class. He, as soon as the last battle that he fought in Africa was, I think it was in Libya, where he got defeated with. Yes, ma. Tell Shashri.
Waterloo.
No, that was anyhow the Battle of Waterloo, where he got defeated. I'm talking about before getting defeated, the last battle that he fought outside Europe, that is in Africa. He lost it, the battle there. He was defeated by the English officer and he came back. And when he came back, all people were expecting that Napoleon will be taking over France. Initially, Napoleon was not at all interested in controlling the country or becoming a king or becoming a ruler in the France in the beginning. So the rulers that were there, the kind of directory that was there ruling up in France, they got relaxed, getting a kind of statement from Napoleon that he is not interested in ruling. They felt happy. But anyhow, after a long time and after the people pleaded him, he defeated that national directory and he became the ruler of France, and he coronated himself as the France in the year 1804. You can make a note of this, that Napoleon became the king of the France, an autocratic ruler, or a so-called what do you call, another monarch of the France in the year 1804, where he designed a kind of a constitution which is called as the Napoleonic Code of 1804. After he became the ruler, he prepared a kind of a constitution or a rule that is called as the Napoleonic Code of 1804, which was very famous, which was very popular during that time. Okay, it is also called as a Civil Code of 1804. It is called in two names, either the Civil Code of 1804, or it
Sir,
is
say
also,
again, sir.
yeah, I'm telling. It is also called as the Civil Code of 1804, or else it is also called as the Napoleonic Code of 1804, when he coronated himself as the king of France. So once again, the French people, even though after fighting and having a revolution of 1789, after removing Louis XVI, once again they got their king in the name of Napoleon Bonaparte. So he started up ruling there. And then he started up bringing many changes. He started up getting control over many regions of not only France, but the adjacent countries of Europe, or sorry, adjacent countries of France, its neighboring countries, all were tried to be brought under his control by raising imperialistic activities. He waged a number of wars. During those wars only, this Battle of Waterloo came up. Okay, when was it fought? The Battle of Waterloo? It's the year 1815. Yes, exactly. That was the last battle that he fought, and he lost, and he got arrested, and he was put into the jail, and then he died in 1821. So after his defeat, before his defeat, I need to tell you a few things. I'll just play the video for you for a while, and then I'll talk what exactly was done and what kind of activities that were done during the rule of Napoleon Bonaparte in France. Okay, so during his time, the country and the people of the country France, they started up calling their country as La Patrie, La L-A-La P-A-T-R-I-E, La Patrie, which means fatherland. We usually call countries, or we usually refer our countries as motherland, like we call it as Bharat Mata. In the same way, some countries, they call themselves as fatherland. So country is referred in both genders, male and female. So here the French people, they started up calling their country as La Patria. That means like fatherland. And they started up calling their citizens as Le Citoyen, Citoyen, L-E-L and Citoyen, C-I-T-O-Y-E-N. When you read the textbook, you will get these words. Don't worry about it. You will get it in your textbook. All these words are there. Okay, so a resolution was passed up to refer their country as La Patria and to refer the people of their country as Les Citoyens. Les Citoyens is like the citizens. So they were referred like this, and few more changes came up. Let us see what are those. Right. A new tricolor flag was adapted after this, revolution. A tricolor flag bearing up all the important sentiments of the people, showing up the equality of the entire country, that all are treated equally, all are given equality. Such kind of thing has been reflecting in their tricolor flag. So such kind of a flag was adopted as a national flag. Okay, usually this happens even in our, it happened even in our country as well, that to promote the feeling of nationalism, like, that they all belong to France and they should be very proud of belonging to France. For that purpose, many songs were written, praising the country, praising all those people who sacrificed their lives, praising all the efforts that were given in getting up a freedom. In praising of all that, songs, hymns, poems, poetry, all such kind of things came up. Like, okay, the martyrs. Martyrs means here Matrys. Martyrs are nothing but someone who has sacrificed their life for the country's sake. Okay. Martyrs are referred to those, like, soldiers who die. We call them as martyrs. Like someone who dies for the independence of their country. Someone who dies for the sake of the country. We call them as martyrs. Just a minute. Huh? What happened, Akila? Akila, are you there? Right. So all, okay. Right. Let's continue. So all those martyrs who sacrificed their life, they were rewarded with these kind of medals. Like usually here also it is given, like Paramveer Chakra Award, Veer Chakra Award. All such kind of things are given to those for the people, those who have sacrificed their life for the sake of the country. Right. I hope you all remember the the tennis court oath, a oath that was taken up in the tennis court during the French Revolution. Do anyone remember that? Here also, that, yeah, during the tennis court oath, a national assembly was established, and that national assembly was removed, and the new estate general has been established. Estate general is nothing but a parliament. A new parliament was convened in France, where anyhow parliaments were there, but all the people who got elected here are new people and the new faces. It's like here it happens for every 5 years we elect our new MLA and new MPs as we elect with the new government. In the same way, a new parliament was elected there in France, which will be going up according to the constitution. Children, I think my class can get disconnected at any point of time. In case we get disconnected, please take it as the class has ended up. Okay. Anyhow, as in the beginning, I saw somewhere around 70 people. As the class is coming to an end, I have got only 54 people in my class with 3 sections. Unbelievable. Right. This National Assembly was quite different when compared to the previous one. The previous assembly did not give the right to vote in the assembly for the third estate. But this time, when the new assembly is formed, even the third estate is given the kind of right to vote and to contribute their